What's going on, guys? Thanks for tuning into the Local Crown podcast, where we're going to teach you how to wage war on your competition and earn your local crown, also known as the top spot on Google. Let's dive into some of the nitty-gritty stuff that people really want to hear about. Like, in your experience, what makes a successful product launch?
Yeah, product launches are, I guess, the ones I work on are all based on the Jeff Walker product launch formula, and they're usually in the joint venture partner launch category. So one of the biggest things about your product launch is not even about the product itself, but about the people that you're able to get to mail for you. That's the biggest element of success in a product launch to me is securing enough people with big email lists that are willing to go to bat for you and promote you. And a lot of that does take time to get to, because most of the people that I've done product launches for, they do trades. So they both do a product launch once a year, and then I mail for you, you mail for me. They've spent time developing a relationship in advance, but usually the way that those relationships got started was through like a stage trade. Like, I'll have you speak on my seminar stage, then you speak, and then you get to speak on my seminar stage, and then it evolved into like now the digital product launch area. But the biggest element of success, I mean, as far as if you want to see like $1 million, $3 million, $5 million product launch, is really the promotional partners that you're going to secure that are actually going to follow your calendar of mailing dates and mail, and the ones that are competitive and want to be rewarded with prizes and things like that often are given out to the top referral partners or affiliates for these product launches. So if you're able to find those kind of people and get them to commit to doing launch promotion, and you can find a trade that is an equivalent in value to them, and you can speak to what it is that they're looking for, then that's the biggest thing as far as the joint venture product launch goes. I mean, that's the biggest factor of success. I mean, the next thing that's going to come into your copywriting, I think. So the way that whoever you hire to be your copywriter, you're going to be writing what's called swipe copy, which means that it's like a template of email copy that you're going to provide to all of your affiliate partners. And it's basically written in the sense that you're promoting your own event, but somebody else is going to be sending this email. So if you can create the swipe copy that your affiliates can kind of just copy and paste and send to their list, that's highly converting, that's going to be a huge factor in it. The third biggest factor, I would say, is the person behind the launch, the face of the launch, because the face of the launch is the one that's going to be ultimately making the sales pitch and selling themselves and be responsible for the conversions. So I think that's a huge factor. If you're talking about maximizing profitability, the structure of the launch is important. I think a lot of product launches miss out on having a back end offer after the launch to then move people that bought the product launch into one of those high ticket immersion programs, like usually that are reserved for 10 to 3 people a year. But if you just reach out to the people that just bought, there's likely going to be anywhere from, I'd say around 3% of people are likely going to be interested and possibly ready to pull a trigger on your highest ticket offer, and that can make a huge difference on the ultimate numbers of your launch, because if your high ticket offer is $50,000 or $100,000, then just making just a couple of those high ticket offers on the back end of the launch can make a massive difference in the how you perceive the success of the launch as well. So I think that's an opportunity that some people miss, is they see like, okay, we made this product sale, but they don't follow up with the immersion offer, and that doesn't have to be like a hardcore pitch, but it should be like, hey, I want to spend some time describing our what won't be a fit for everybody, but some of you might want to take this to a much, much deeper level where we actually like hold your hand personally and walk you through this stuff, and you get to work with me privately. and then kind of make a pitch. The pitch would be for a phone conversation to talk about this, and there may even be a cash deposit required to secure that conversation, just so they don't have people that are booking it that aren't serious. But that's a big opportunity that I think can really maximize revenue from a launch that some people miss. And beyond that, I mean, there's several other factors I can get into. I think those are the top ones, but also just the way that you manage your affiliate partners. So if you can keep them engaged, usually you'll put your affiliate partners into like a Facebook community group or something like that. So the more you can kind of engage with them by social media and by emailing and giving them updates and things like that, I think the more likely it is that they're going to follow your launch calendar and promote you to their maximum ability. So there's also that kind of affiliate management perspective that is something that could be easily overlooked as well. That is important, because if somebody mails twice, but they would have mailed 10 times had you followed up with them and pushed them, that's a big loss of money that you've just left on the table.
So, man, so what I'm hearing is that a huge amount of what you do is the joint ventures, and and I know from my experience that the joint ventures and the cross promotion and the affiliates, that's really one of the most valuable ways that you can grow, because while you are paying them when they sell it, you're only really spending money when they sell it. It's a little different than having to spend money on ads and hope that people buy it. You're not paying anybody until they buy it. So what is your strategy for building up that JV and affiliate list if you don't have one yet?
Yeah, that's not something that I have a ton of expertise in, because most of my clients that I've worked with have, for the most part, had pretty strong networks and existing partnerships. I mean, I think the best way is to, you want to start the relationship somewhere. Right now, like the Clubhouse app is a great place to get access to people that you normally wouldn't have access to,
100%.
and find people that do product. If you know that they're already doing promotions for other product launches, like that's a great place to start the conversation. Usually they're not gonna do it for nothing. The commissions alone, they can make a ton of money. The commissions alone will never be enough of an incentive. So there has to be like some kind of a trade. And a lot of times, again, that's like either you're promoting their product launch and you are able to prove to them that you have a big enough email list and enough engagement and enough of an affiliate track record to justify it. So if you're promoting just evergreen affiliate products, like if you're promoting ClickFunnels, which you can promote year round, and I think they changed their commission structure a little bit, but it used to be 40%. So let's just say it was still 40%, and you're showing that you're able to consistently generate sales for a company like that. That would be, that'd be something they'd be interested in, because that's like, okay, so you have, your list is this size, and you've been able to predictably or reliably generate a certain amount of affiliate income from that list every single month. That would be kind of a way that that would be data that would be interesting to them to look at, that you're able to make affiliate sales already for those kind of things. But ultimately, if you have some kind of a live event or a virtual event, and they know that you have brought in 500 to 1,000 people into those virtual events, and then you're able to bring them up onto that virtual event and let them pitch your audience. Those are the kind of trades that most of these people are really looking for. They love having exposure to an audience, whether that's a live seminar or a virtual event, and being able to pitch. Usually when they would pitch like a $1,000 offer or $2,000 offer tops. They'd get about 60 to 90 minutes of stage time in front of your audience as a guest speaker, and that's the kind of stuff that I see traded. If it's not a like I'll promote your launch, you promote my launch kind of a trade, it's usually a stage time trade that happens. But again, if you want to create that launch for launch kind of a exchange, I think it's you haven't done it before. It's really like they would want to see some sort of proof that that you're going to be able to email and convert to make it worth their while. And the other thing you could do even is you could ask them to be, you could be an affiliate for their launch, almost like on a contingent basis. Like, hey, if I get this amount of sales, or if I'm able to generate this amount of sales for you and this, I'll promote you, but you have to, if I hit these numbers, you then commit to promote my launch, that kind of a thing. That might be, I think that would be an approach that would work, because you're guaranteeing a certain amount of sales, and you're putting your own reputation on the line, you're putting your own skin in the game, and if you hit your numbers, then like it seems like that would be a great way to kind of do it. So you'd have to take some risk on your side, but I think that would be one way to break in with with a big name.
Thanks so much for tuning in. I hope you learned something. If you have questions, email us at info@thelocalcrown.com. And if you want to get featured in our publication, Inside the Empire, alongside John Lee Dumas, the entrepreneur on fire, Jayson Waller, the CEO of Power Home Solar, Sharon Lechter, Dan Caldwell, the man that started Tap Out, and the limitless man himself, Jim Kwik, for free, then head over to thelocalcrown.com/become a contributor.